remember, sex is not all about inserting, unfortunately. Hi, my name is Cindy V. King. I am a relationship and a dating coach to executives and high achiever in Vancouver, BC. And today I have a new setting for you guys. I'm so excited. If you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe right down there or wherever the button says subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell button, because the bell button reminds you when I post new videos. So it can encourage me to keep doing what I love doing here with you guys. So today I'm going to do a Q&A, and I got 3 questions that's very common that happens a lot. So one of the questions I got from one of my subscribers, and they asked, how do you deal with intimacy that is conflicting in time schedules? So I like to call it a ritual where you can actually have intimacy on every weekly basis. If there's no medical or sexual difference or even traveling purpose, you can still have sex, even what you call over the phone. Those are the fun part about being in a relationship. There's actually products out there that you can use, a device. I could recommend WeVibe is one of them, and you can actually control a vibrator, and your partner could be in a different country and he could be somewhere else and he can control the vibrator. So that's another option for intimacy. Other things like you can still have intimacy through touching, and touching is a perfectly form of sexual intimacy as well. And here's the thing, we live in such a busy society. I like to call it like date night, and date night could be an opportunity when you have sex. And unfortunately, sometimes if you're not in the mood, and that's really tough and you're tired and stuff. So I would set a time or a date in my schedule, and exactly in your schedule on a weekly basis, and say, this is my fun time with my partner. And we could pull out a sex game board or anything that is considered to be fun. And so those are the things that you can do. So make sure you schedule your fun time with your partner, and that could be in the bedroom. And touching is considered to be intimacy. And if you really have a big challenge, so I would actually schedule on your calendar when to have fun time with your partner. And don't forget, if you are considered to be, what you call a powerhouse or a type A person, so relaxation is very important. I would recommend you taking a bath and just relaxing yourself. And then you have to set a time for an hour to do that. So maybe that's something that you can put in your schedule on a weekly basis to de-stress yourself before to get into the intimate act. And here's the thing, remember, sex is not all about inserting, unfortunately, and it could be just touching, a massage, could be a great sensation as well, because it's all about stimulating the mind, and it's so important to be connected with your partner on a weekly basis. So I'm going to conclude that part of the question. The second question I actually got from my other subscriber, and they want to talk about traveling. How do you deal with... So I have a second question from my subscriber, and they asked, how do you manage traveling with a partner? And that's a very good question here. I would try to plan out as much as you can one day. I call it the one-day shot. And we plan as much of the trip as you can. And you sit down within a period of time, and this could be done in the kitchen table, but I don't recommend you doing it on the bed to plan out the trip in the detail and the cost of the trip. You have to make sure that you're financially be able to afford the trip as well, because a lot of stress happens in that time of period because you don't know how much it's going to cost or what you do during your trip. And really plan out as much detail as you can, and do expect there will be hiccups in your schedule. But here's the thing, there's always plan A. I like to call it the solid plan, and there's a solid plan B. So if you have a backup plan, I think that will be key, just to help out with your partner. If your partner is not ready to do probably going out late at night, they can just stay home. And be mindful that if your partner is tired and they can't travel all day long, especially if you arrived on the day of. And some partners just can't power through a full day from there, so they need to be setting aside. So really know what you want and don't want on this trip, and if you know yourself well enough, and sometimes new experience that you're traveling with a new partner, I think it's just be more mindful of it's okay to be more flexible in that pace. That will be question 2. So thank you so much for asking that question. All right, so question 3. Wonderful subscriber asked me this third question. What happened if you got into a fight with your partner during the trip? And this could be very challenging because you can't go back in your cave, you can't hide anywhere. You're actually forced to face a really interesting aspect of the situation. So I would recommend you, if you are got into a fight with your partner, I think resetting yourself, and sometimes moving yourself away from the environment. That means could be going for a walk, and you just tell your partner that I need time out and I need time and space for myself right now. I'm just going to go for a walk and I'll come back, and just see how you feel, because sometimes emotions can be very trigger and it could linger on based on the part. So sometimes if you need time for yourself and just going for a walk like this is a perfect area that you can go out and walk for nature and just reset yourself. And sometimes emotion requires movement, and movement means that you're actually removing yourself from a situation so that you're not fully triggered. And when you finally emotionally calm down or logically feel secure with yourself, and there's many ways of doing, I don't recommend hurting yourself, your body in any way, or immoral or unethical, but going for a walk in nature, I think it helps quite a bit to reset your emotion. And then if you and your partner are not ready to communicate on the X topic, there's always options. I do recommend you talking about it before you going to bed, just because it just helps reassure everything that's going to be fine. And sometimes it's just a matter of fact of having that communication after, but more importantly that you communicate logically and not emotionally, and that's where it actually happens much better than emotionally. So I'm going to conclude this third question here, and I want to thank you so much if you have done subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you again. Okay, bye now. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, because sharing is caring. If you want my help in your relationship or dating situation, you can always book a time with me. Check out the link below. To stay in touch, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be notified when I post new videos. Please go ahead, hit the like button, because it encourages me to create more contents like this every week for you. If you have any ideas for a video, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.